Hello, Nikki.
Oh, hi.
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing real good, and thank you for joining me this evening as we kick off Triple Threat Wrestling Radio.
Not a problem. Thank you for inviting me on. I mean, I know I was supposed to call last week, but had a little issue I ran into, but it's all taken care of now.
That's good to hear. At the end of the day, that you okay. Say you okay. That's all that
Yes,
matters.
I am okay, and I'm doing great. So thank you for asking.
Absolutely. So let's go ahead and get started. Talk a little bit about yourself and how did your wrestling career got started.
Okay. Well, I've been wrestling about 3 years now, and it's something I've always really enjoyed. It started when I was a little girl. It was something that I always watched with my dad. I grew up watching Jake the Snake, Undertaker. Those were the guys he liked. So those were the guys I grew up liking. And, as I got older, I started watching it, like, more and more. Even when he stopped kind of watching it, I still followed it, and I was really into it. And then I realized when I was watching the girls on TV, I was pretty sure I can do that and probably be better than some of them. So my family was very supportive, and they helped me find a school, and I started training.
So you were once known as Nikki Six, correct?
Oh, yeah, that's correct.
And now you have transformed into the Black Rose, Nikki Addams. What made you decide to sort of name change?
Well, I was always the Black Rose. That's true to who I am. My middle name is Rose, and clearly I'm a little on the dark side, so it's very fitting for me. I decided to go with, Nikki Six isn't me. Nikki Six kind of started as a joke, honestly, because of Nikki Six or Motley Crue. I was, one day, when I came in, Mikey Whipwreck had made a more reference about Motley Crue and me, and he had the ring announcer announce me as Nikki Six, because at the time I was just Nikki, because I debuted, and I was allied with, Rick Cataldo and Dickie Rods. So, they had nothing to call me. I was going to go with Addams, because, that's my last name, and they didn't like it. And then as soon as I had the opportunity to change it and have, a real name, I was like, okay, bye. I don't want to be Nikki Six anymore.
Have people ever mistaken you from the Motley Crue?
Well, I don't know if they've mistaken me particularly, obviously. I'm a girl, but, I did get a lot of messages on my Facebook and Twitter being like, I tried to look you up, but, I got Motley Crue instead. And I was like, you know. Plus, six is something that turned out so strange. It was always supposed to be the number six. It wasn't supposed to be spelled out. But, people would, type it, all different ways, and you couldn't find anything about me. My name was spelled, 500 different ways. They even spelled Nikki differently. It's just Nikki, and I was getting it spelled, Nickie, and I was just like, name shouldn't be that complicated.
It's that name alone, people can easily get mixed up. It could be spelled one or too many ways.
Pretty much, and that's pretty much what happened here. So, at least Adams, you can't really go too wrong with that. It's either going to be 1B or 2. So.
Do you remember the first wrestling match you ever had, and if so, who was your opponent, and what company was it for, and where was it located?
Okay. It was for NWS. It was a singles match against Brittany Savage. I believe I was in New Jersey. I don't remember the particular town. I remember it being a small town. I could completely be wrong with the name, maybe Greensboro or Glassboro. That sounds vaguely familiar. I think that's where the match was. It was my first match, and it was in October of 2010. That was my first match. I was super, super excited. It was my first opportunity, because when I debuted in NYWC, there really wasn't, women there. NYWC wasn't really known for women's matches.
And you have also competed with the likes of WSU as well. Earlier this year, they celebrated their 5-year anniversary. Do you have a
Yes, they did.
do you have a favorite WSU moment or a match that you was a part of?
Uh, do I have a favorite WSU moment or like match that I've had there?
Yes.
Um, I have a lot of good moments. Like, I don't know if I could particularly put them in a specific order. Like, when I debuted there, I was still, like, really new, and I was really excited that I got the opportunity so early on to, like, go over there and prove myself. I had a match with Jessica Havoc, so that was a really big moment. I was super proud of that. The same night, it was a double taping, which means it was my technical second match with them. I wrestled Julio De Niro and Mercedes Martinez, which was an amazing moment also, since Mercedes was the champion at that time, and she's been all over the place. Like, she is an amazing women's wrestler that it's, like, if any women's wrestler said they couldn't look up to her, that would just be a lie, you know? So, I mean, that was an amazing opportunity right there. Later on, like, I got to defend the NYWC Starlet title there, and, I mean, that was great. I had some good matches with that. The 5th year anniversary show, I didn't have a match on that show. The 2 people that were supposed to be involved in my match didn't show up. So, but I was there, and that was a great moment. I was proud to be part of that and proud to be there for when they did their, annual Hall of Fame. Like, that was very exciting to be a part of. But I think my favorite match I've had at WSU to date would probably be at the J Cup this year. It's a really great match with Annie Social. I enjoyed it. I thought it was great. You know, she's hard-hitting, and, it was just a good opportunity. She's someone that's been around for a really long time as well, and she worked with me, and I got to prove myself, and, it's just something to be proud of. It's a lot of accomplishments. I feel like I've been able to do a lot in such a short period of time.
For those that are just joining us here on this Thursday evening, you are listening to Triple Threat Wrestling Radio. We are kicking off the show with a live interview with the Black Rose, Nikki Addams. She's joining us here on this particular moment. WSU has been taking a hiatus. The last show that they did, I recall, is Uncensored Rumble, and I read off their Twitter that they are coming back on August the 13th. Are you going to be a part of that show by any chance?
You said August 13th? Because I think I was under the impression it was October 13th.
Oh, either August or October.
I think, as far as I know, it's in October. That was supposed to be their return show, and it was the 13th. I am going to be a part of that show. Not allowed to really go into details about the plans they have, I do know that it's going to be a great show. They have a lot of exciting things planned, plus since they're going to be on such a long break, like you won't be seeing them for, about 4 months that they'll be gone for. Since Sean doesn't own the company anymore, which is, it was very sad for us. But, it was his time to move on. He felt like he could accomplish everything with them. And, now we're looking into the future, and I know that you're going to see a lot of great stuff from all the girls that have already been there, and you're going to see a big change for all, the girls you haven't gotten to see a lot of yet.
Is there any female wrestlers that you haven't had the chance to work with but would like to work with someday?
Someday. I absolutely admire Lou Fisdale. I think she's amazing. You saw her at the Uncensored Rumble, along with Calamity and Sweet Cherry. I think they're phenomenal. They definitely are hard-hitting. They want to be, they should be taken seriously, Sometimes you hear women's wrestling and you're kind of like, you don't expect much, but they are legitimately amazing and talented, and I'd love to work all of them. Up until May, I was dying to work Sarah Del Rey, and I was fortunate enough to do that at NYWC Fusion, and I went to a 10-minute draw with her, and I was just so proud of myself for being able to do that.
And who do you consider your favorite wrestlers that you have worked with up to this point in your career?
just out of the people I've worked with.
Yes.
Well, I would say that I've worked with, I guess the first one would definitely be Sarah. And it's just because I haven't worked with her as much. And, you know, I was, like I said, I followed wrestling my whole life. Like, I even followed all the independent wrestling. Like, I idolized her. I thought she was great. I wanted to be just as good as her. So, I mean, that was really a big moment for me. But, you know, I really enjoyed, like, Mercedes, great moment. I loved working with Mercedes. Alicia. I had a great match with Alicia last summer, you know. I couldn't, like, again, like, I was so, like, new still. The fact that I was able to, like, keep up with all these girls was just, like, a great moment for me. I mean, Alicia hit A-bomb. I was able to kick out. I don't know. I guess I just wanted to prove to everybody that I should be taken seriously and, you know, not to rule me out. I wasn't going to be an underdog, you know, because a lot of people were really rough on me, and maybe it had to do with the name, you know. Maybe it's because I just don't want to give new people a chance right away. But I definitely wanted to prove people wrong. And I feel like I got the opportunity to do that.
I truly believe that the Black Rose, Nikki Addams, definitely should be taken seriously. There's a lot of big names in WSU, well-known, well-respected, well-established, and I believe you are right up there. You have been in wrestling for a couple of years, but I believe you're moving up the ranks, and I definitely expect big things for you going forward, and you got me rooting for you going forward.
Well, thank you so much. I really do appreciate to hear that. You know, like, I know I believe in myself, but to hear that other people do believe in me as well, that means a lot to me. That means I definitely know, out of all the people that have given me a hard time and insulted me and tried to make me feel bad about myself, they're not winning. Like, I'm winning. Like, they're not defeating me. Like, very, very early on, I was very different. You know, I was still, like, the Black Rose, but you guys could see, like, I look at myself now, I know how much I've grown, how much I've changed. You know, it took a while, but, like, yeah, like, I just go in, I have confidence, and I know that I'm a good competitor, and I know that whoever I'm going to work with, they're a good competitor. And at the end of the day, like, we're going to go out there and have a great match, and you're going to see us shine. And fortunately, I win a lot, so I get lucky that way.
With a name like the Black Rose, I'm assuming that you'd like to be a heel more than being a babyface?
Well, I'm always the bad guy, you know, and that is a lot of fun. It is a lot of fun. But, you know, I like to be the good guy, too. You never know what's going to happen in the future, right? I mean, you might see a whole different side of me that no one ever will expect. Might not be too far off, we'll see.
You definitely can have that dark personality and still be cheerful, you know. Or whatever. You never know what these companies want you to do, want you not to do. And I guess in the end, you just go with the flow and perform and just hope for the best.
It's always a learning experience. You know, most comfortable, I'm most comfortable being like what you see. That's me. That's the Black Rose. But I'm always going to do what's, like, wanted of me, and it's okay. Like, I don't mind change. Like, it's wrestling. Like, I grew up loving wrestling, and I love being involved in the business, and I'll take every opportunity that I'm given. Hold on one second.
Okay.
That's my other line ringing, sorry.
Oh, go right ahead. Continue.
Oh, no, that was it. I just want, like, it got, like, my phone went off, so I wanted to shut it off. But that was my thought on that. I'll take every opportunity ever presented to me, you know, and I'm very fortunate for the people that believe in me and want to give me an opportunity.
And do you have any upcoming shows and matches you want to promote?
Let's see. Well, this past Saturday, that already happened, but this past Saturday, I wrestled Marty Bell in Long Beach, and we had an amazing match. It was a great match, and I don't know, like, you know, we know each other pretty well now. We kind of know everything about each other, like when something's coming or what the other one's thinking. But we had a great match. We have great chemistry. It was a hard-fought battle. Again, I was fortunate enough to come out on top. But that was a great match. It's on YouTube. Everyone should look at it and comment. But I do know I have a whole bunch of shows coming up this month. I have a show for CWE August 11th. I'm not 100% sure what I'm doing, but I do know that I will be great. You know, I can confidently say that whatever I'm involved in will be worth watching. On the 12th, the day after, I'm participating in a charity event. It's going to be on Long Island in Bohemia. It's for, I don't know how to describe it. It's not exactly a halfway house, but it's for a charity for that, so they can build extra rooms to help people in need. So I'm proud to be a part of that. And what else? I have NYWC shows, which are going to be great. I don't know who I'm going to be facing yet. It's always a surprise. And I will be working at ACE as well toward the end of the month, and that will also be a surprise. But I'm ready to take on whatever I want to do. I just want everyone to want to see it and support women's wrestling.
And how can people learn more from you, get in touch with you, interact with you, social media-wise?
Oh, well, they can go on my Twitter page. It's at Black Rose Nikki. So people don't get confused. It's Black Rose Nikki Nikki, for the people that like to spell it with a CKIE, which is fine. And then you can also find me on Facebook. I'm just under Nikki Addams. You'll see me. People send me messages all the time or post on my wall, and I'm more than happy to talk to people and get to know them. And if we're at a show, you know, come talk to me. You know, that's what I'm there for. You know, I want to get to know the people that believe in me and support me.
When you were known as Nikki Sixx, you wrestled for Magnificent Ladies Wrestling. They don't go by the initials anymore. They just go by that name because of legal reasons. And you, under Nikki Addams, you have wrestled for New England Female Wrestling, which this past week celebrated its 1-year anniversary as a company. What's it like to wrestle for custom wrestling when fans pretty much get to book matches? What's your take on that?
Well, honestly, I think it's a great experience. Again, these are people like, you know, I might not run into down my path anytime soon at least. You know, I got to meet a whole bunch of people that I really liked. I got to work with Malia Hasako when I went to Magnificent Ladies Wrestling, and that was an opportunity in itself. You know, she's a legend. She's been all over the place. She's been on television. She's been to all the places that we all strive to be. So I was very appreciative of that moment. And then a whole bunch of other women that are talented there as well. And I got to go somewhere and see it. Like, I'd never been to Tennessee before. Like, seeing that was amazing. I might not have been there long, but it was a great opportunity, and I'm very fortunate for that. And the same with NESW. I had a great time there. I mean, that was in Philadelphia. It was right across the street from the old ECW arena, and I'd never been there. So just to stand there and take that in for a minute and be like, wow, this is where I am, was a big moment. And I got to meet some great girls there, too. I mean, I don't mind the fans get to order it. You know, it's nice if they want to see you, that that's what they want to see. And at the end of the day, they're the ones that make you who you are, and they make you successful. So if they want to tell you that they would like you to do this and they want to see you do that, I'm fine with that, because they're the ones that, like, without them, you're nobody.
All right, and what are some goals you want to set for yourself? It could mean go to WWE or TNA. It could mean maybe go to overseas, or maybe more championships in your future. What are some goals Nikki Addams would like to set?
Wow. I would love to see the world. I would love to be able to travel all over the world and wrestle as many places as I get an opportunity to. I want to wrestle as many girls as possible You know, it's always a learning experience, and it's something I'll never forget. Of course, I'd love to win championships. You know, we always strive for that. You want to strive to be as great as you can be. But I take it one day at a time. Like, you know, I remember that, you know, there's great girls that have been around longer than me, and I have to earn my way. And I'm okay with that, you know, because I don't want to be just given things. I want to earn it.
And my last question is, if you can give anyone advice, anyone out there that wants to become a professional wrestler, what would your advice be?
Go for it. I think one of the worst feelings would be, and this is what I was thinking at the time, in like 10 or 15 years, you're going to think back, and every day you're going to think, I should try it, I should do it, should I not? I don't know, should I look into this? And in 10 or 15 years, you're going to look back, and it's going to kind of be too late, and you're going to be like, why didn't I try it out? And you're never going to know what you had the potential to do.
Before I let you go, Nikki, and again, I appreciate you for being here this evening. Before I let you go, I ask our guests to do this. It's like a station ID. It's like a voice drop. All you have to do is say your name. And what after you say your name, you say you are listening to Triple Threat Wrestling Radio.
Okay, not a problem. You let me know when you're ready.
Go right ahead.
My name is Nikki Addams, and you are listening to Triple Threat Wrestling Radio.
Again, ladies and gentlemen, the Black Rose, Nikki Addams. Great talking to you. And as I said earlier, best of success goes out to you. Do you have any final words and shout-outs?
Yes, I guess I do. Everyone that supports me, I want to thank them. You know, that would be to every fan that comes to the shows and wants to see me, and they support me, even to the people that aren't so fond of me. Thanks for watching me anyway. Of course, my family. Stockade, you know, he's my trainer, along with other people who have trained me as well, but he always had faith in me to do well. And just everyone you see me come up with and grow with. The Order of the Black has been a big part of my wrestling life and my family. So, yeah, and if I forget anybody, I feel bad, but, yeah, the Order of the Black and Dickie Rod's also, you know, he's done a lot for me.
All right, and with that said, I'm going to go ahead and let you go, but thank you so much for your time, and you have a good evening, and thank you for being on.
Thank you so much.
You have a good night.
You too.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye.
That was the Black Rose, Nikki Addams, joining me here on Triple Threat Wrestling Radio.